How are you, everybody who is watching this video? Whether you are an international viewer or national viewer, I'm very happy to be with you. My name is Sir Olenjolai Moko Tayai Losingo. In simple, just call me Olenjolai. So this is my name, Teacher Olenjolai, or this is also my name, and this is my name. Okay. So after introducing myself, now I'd like to spend a few minutes just to give you general introductions of what I want to invite you. I would like to welcome you in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary Schools in Square Bracket Olenjolai simultaneously, because we are mathematicians possibly. I would like to welcome you also into our YouTube channel that's called Tanzania Online or Level City School in Square Bracket Olenjolai. And even now that when you are watching this video, possibly that maybe somebody has given you in order to go through the topic of relation, but you can write on the YouTube search engine or this name, Tanzania Online or Level City School in Square Bracket Olenjolai. It's still a unique channel for the ordinary level in order to just provide training. Before I continue into the contents of today's lecture or today's session, which is session 1, I would like to remind you quickly about the visions that God has revealed in my mind at the founder of this online ordinary secondary school, right? So this is the picture that God has written in my heart, and I would like also to write into into all my students who will be learning these contents online. Okay, so God has told me that I have to prepare, incubate, train, teach by using different teaching methods and different teaching approach and different teaching aids, a special group of students who are ready to take the classroom instructions in basic mathematics, in physics, chemistry, to combine with the knowledge of Word of God in order to solve real life problems. So the main objective of this program is not to have students to pass the continuous assessments, the continuous or the tests or exams, the school exams or reading exams, but the main objective of this of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School is to make sure that every student will benefit from these programs, change the way of thinking in order to solve real life problems. So it means that I'm going to prepare leaders who are ready to dominate in their area of gifting. For instance, myself in this program, right now I'm solving a national problem. But these solutions, or this solution for the national, which is the nation that I'm saving is Tanzania, eastern of the African continents. These solutions also is beneficial for for the international students from all the 60 continents of the world. So it doesn't mean that you should solve maybe a complex or national problems, even if that you can solve a family problems, your family problems or your own problems, because you have been surrounded by so many problems in our life. So that's our main objective. We have specific objective. One of our specific objective, we like to help all our students to pass all their school exams. Midterm testing for March, midterm testing for September, term exams in June, and even the annual exams in December or in November, or early December. It depends to which school. That's one of our specific objectives. Our second specific objective is we would like to help all our students who will be learning the ordinary education in these programs to pass their NECT exams. So for instance, that now I'm teaching the Form 3 students or the class 11 students, it means that I want to help them and prepare them to pass the final exam, which is called the Certificate Secondary Education Examination, right? And even if you are from Kenya, from Uganda, from Serbia, from United Kingdom, from State of America, from Brazil, from Peru, from Chile, whether you are from Nigeria, whether you are from Egypt, whether you are from Israel, whether you are from China, whether you are from any country, whether you are come from Dubai, whether you come from Emirates, okay, whether you come from Indonesia, whether you come from Australia. So regardless of where you are watching these contents, believe me that our one specific objective to help you to pass your final exam for graduations of middle school or middle secondary schools, or in our country called the ordinary secondary school. And then our third specific objective is to make sure that all our students will be loving basic mathematics in this channel, which I will be teaching, and also will be really loving the it means that they'll be really loving also the science subject, physics, chemistry, biology, and even agriculture if you're studying agriculture, because agriculture is the backbone of economics in Tanzania. So those are some of the specific objective, but the main concept that I want you to get prepared to think differently, because I think differently and I will teach you how to think differently. What I'm saying might be taking long time to meet or to achieve, but I'm not worried about the challenges and even the times that I'll spend. Possibly that it might take some months, maybe more than 6 months to build, and even for the students to start practicing what I'm saying, because even myself, I'm the outcome of the combinations of the two knowledge, the classroom knowledge in science and mathematics, and also I'm a product of the spiritual knowledge from the Word of God that is obtained from the Holy Bible. So make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you go through every video that relating to the Form 3 students in this YouTube channel, so that you may enjoy the beauty of mathematics. So now let us go to the session. Okay, we have 3 departments in this in Tanzania Ordinary Secondary School, and the first department is called Basic Mathematics. The second one is called Physics, and the third one is called Chemistry. In Basic Mathematics, we are training students 4 subjects, as I'm going to explain to you and I'm going to present. And the subject today is called Basic Mathematics, and the teacher is Olenjolai. So we are in chapter 1 of relation, and this is session 1, general introductions of relation. It's a topic, not relations, about maybe kind of what we call interrelation. I'm not talking about that. And these contents are for the pre-Form 3, or for the Form 3, or for the class 11s in some of the countries. So now let us go to the business that made us to meet together, because we have a common goal. So always my sessions start with the part we call it quick review. I call it quick review. So the quick review, you have to review a session in our YouTube channel, start reading session 00, which is titled as General Introductions of 40 of Basic Mathematics Form 3. So these are abbreviations of the words that have been written in that lecture. And then in square bracket, there is Olenjolai. So just to remind you quickly, in this video, I have been explaining to you, first of all, vision, because if I'll be lacking visions, then I will perish. Vision of 40 of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai of Tohoso. And then I've explained the problem that I'm solving, problem and solution, right? Solution of the problem that I'm solving, right? Solution of the problems that I'm solving. Also, I have presented to you the big picture, my big picture of maths, what the big picture in my mind, and even what should be in your mind. Don't study basic mathematics just for a short time for ordinary education. No, basic mathematics is it's a continuous subject, right? So big picture of maths. And then I've presented to you the next part, which was explained about reference books and materials, right? Materials. And here we have textbooks and question and answers books, okay? And also I've presented to you the topics of basic mathematics Form 3. Okay, basic mathematics Form 3. So that's all. Also, I've explained to you at the beginning about registration, how you can be registered into this YouTube channel. What's required for you for registration? No any registration fee. That's the good news. No any continuous payments in order for you to just to learn these contents. Again, like just to say also that there is no even tuition fee in this online currently in our online ordinary secondary school. But you just need an email, and you can spend only three. If you have an email in just 1 minute, then you are done with registrations. It's fantastic. No need of the arranging the queue, just like you are going to the bank. Okay, so then let us come to the point where we have to go today. So today I would like to begin with my big picture. This is my big picture, and I would like to introduce it to all our students. My big picture. Remember that if also you want to, my big picture, you want to offer God your free willing thanksgiving through this program, you may send your free willing thanksgiving offering through 0759745331, and the registered name is Olenjolai Tayai, not Olenjolai Moko, Olenjolai Tayai, because Tayai is my grandfather's name. Okay. Also, in case that you want to do the bank transaction, just click the descriptions below. You'll see how you can do the bank transactions in order for you to offer God free willing thanksgiving to participate in the running cost of this program, because real is very expensive to have what you have in your hand. It's very expensive, but God is faithful because this vision belongs to Him. It wasn't my idea. This is the idea I've been given by my Father who is in heaven. Okay, my big picture of 40 of maths. So my big picture of maths, which should be in your mind, I began to learn mathematics myself when I was in standard 1. Okay, mathematics. Okay, mathematics. So I began to learn mathematics when I was in standard 1, right? So standard means primary education. And I continue learning mathematics for the rest of my educational time. So when you go for O-level, means that you join the ordinary secondary education, especially in Tanzania, right? Because we'll be paying a focus on the syllabus of Tanzania. We'll find 2 subjects of mathematics. The first one, which is common and it's compulsory, okay, basically mathematics. So this is compulsory to every student. Basic mathematics, right? And then here we have another subject which is not compulsory, but in some of the schools they learn also additional mathematics. This is elective subject, additional mathematics. And for the lovers of mathematics, is a real measure in this category. For myself, when I was doing my ordinary educations, there is no any possibility for me to study additional mathematics, but possibly I could have taken that route. And you're allowed to study both of them, additional mathematics and basic mathematics. This is compulsory for every student. Whether you're studying additional mathematics or not, basic mathematics is mandatory. So we are in this side. So even myself, I took basic mathematics. And then when I took this subject of basic mathematics, when I was in O-level, I learned 4 subjects, and I want to present them to you. What are those 4 subjects? The first subject is called the basic mathematics, basic maths, okay? Basic maths for the form 3, for the form 1. Then the second one, I learned about basic mathematics, okay? Basic mathematics for the OT, for the form 2. Next, I learned again basic mathematics, which I want to teach you, basic mathematics, and this is for the form 3 student. Also, I learned about the first subject, which is called basic mathematics. Okay, basic mathematics for form 4. Then I did certificate secondary education. So these are the aims. You'll be doing certificate secondary education examination. But I got the knowledge. So right now I'm teaching you, we are in the presence of the basic mathematics. And then the subject of the day is called the basic mathematics for the form 3. Okay. So this is the big picture that I wanted to show. So quickly, let me remind you and present to you chapters. What are the chapters now we are going to cover? Or in other words, you can call the topics of basically, say basic mathematics, okay, basic mathematics in form 3. Okay, so we have some chapters, and these chapters we get them from the syllabus. Okay. So one of the reference books you should have in your hand are the good students, because we need serious students. or we need also unserious students, but who are ready to be trained to be serious. This is a fundamental or the first reference books that I recommend every student of mine from Form 1 to Form 4 to have this book for the rest of your life in basic mathematics. Basic mathematics syllabus for ordinary secondary education, Form 1 to Form 4, right? So basic mathematics syllabus for ordinary secondary education, Form 1 to Form 4. So United Republic of Tanzania Ministry of Education Vocational Training, right? So it means that if you are from in another country away from Tanzania, then you have to make sure that you look for the syllabus of your country so that you may know the boundaries, because the syllabus will declare the boundaries of your syllabus. So then, in order to know the topics, or how many topics and what are the names of these topics of basic mathematics from 3, then we have to refer the syllabus according to the new syllabus. There is the new syllabus, and this new syllabus is called the basic mathematics, as I read a few minutes ago. Basic mathematics for ordinary secondary school, secondary education. Ordinary secondary education. So let me quote. Ordinary basic mathematics for ordinary secondary education, Form 1, as I have read to you, Form 1 to Form 4. Okay, and this, the answer for our country is Tanzania Institute Authority of Education. So according to this book, we say that there are 8 topics of basic mathematics. Don't confuse basic mathematics and basic applied mathematics. Okay, basic mathematics in Form 7. So we have 8 topics, and then we say that these topics are. So let me list it for you, because I have to remind you, should be in your mind. So you have to know that what the distance we have to move in order to achieve the main objective that has been dedicated for this program or for this level. So these are, the first one is called the relation. Say relation. Relation. Okay? Relation. Mathematical relation. We're not talking about social relation, right? Because I see you, some of my students, they have begun to think about relation possibly between the mother and the father. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about mathematical relations. Okay? So the first topic is called the relation. The second topic in basic mathematics from 3, we call it the function. The third topic of the basic mathematics from 3, we call it statistics. Statistics. Say statistics. Very interesting subject. The first topic of basic mathematics from 3 is called the rates and variations. Rates and variations. So it's called the rates and the variations. The first topic is called the sequences. One of my favorite topics. Sequences and what? And series. Okay? And series. Then the 6th topic is called the cycles. Cycles. I'll teach about cycles. The 7th topic is called the S. The S where we live, the visible planet. The S as a sphere. And then the last topic, which the longest topic, is called the accounts. It's called the accounts. So, my dear friend and my dear student, these are the 8 topics that I'm going to teach you sequentially by using in a simple language, by using different teaching aids, by using different teaching methodology, by using different teaching techniques. Okay? The first one is called relation, when that we are going to discuss about relations between the set. For example, we have set A and set B. But also we'll be discussing about the graphical, how we can draw the graphs of relations between the two mathematical sets. Again, so I'll teach about functions. Let's say function. Functions, this is a very important topic because all the computers and all the mobile phones and cellular phones and even printers and TV, they're just performing different functions. Okay, for example, that in Excel we have so many functions which have been designed according to this concept of function. Then the second topic is called statistics. Very interesting topic, I tell you, and you have to keep all of this information because you will need them if you go for advanced education, and you need also all of this information if you go for ordinary diploma educations, and even if you go for undergraduate education or if you go for postgraduate educations, you need all of this information. And then the first topic is called rates and variations. Say rates and variation. Say rates and variation. So rates and variations. So this is singular. Rates and variations. So we'll teach about rates, about variations. You heard the word direct proportional. For example, that in Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that the potential difference across the point is direct proportional to the amount of electric current flowing through the conductor, provided that other physical factors are kept constant. So it's direct proportional. Okay, for example, Gauss's law states that you see that volumes is direct proportional to, you see, the volume is direct proportional to the pressure. So you heard the words directly proportional, inversely proportional. So this is the topic that we are going to discuss in detail about those terms. Again, we have sequences and series. My dear student, I want to tell you that engineering mathematics and scientific mathematics and even pure mathematics, that is all about series. For example, we have power series method, we have Maclaurin series, we have Taylor series, we have binomial series. So you have so many series which have been have been used in different areas of real life to solve our daily problems. Then the 6th topic is called the cycles. So this topic of cycles will be learning about theorems that we have. For example, at the tangent line, we'll be learning about the tangent lines, the chord. Okay, we'll be learning about the normal lines. We'll be learning about the relationship between the two radii. Learning about the arc lengths. So we'll be learning different phenomena of cycles. And when I was studying, I faced so many challenges on learning this topic of cycles. But believe me that because God has been teaching me, nothing is difficult there. Then the first topic, this is all about the physical planet. Because remember that in creations, we have invisible planet or invisible world and the physical world. So we are living in the physical world. Invisible world is a spiritual world that's working, but you can't see it by our naked eyes. So the S are the sphere. So the S, what the shape of the S? It's a sphere. Right? And then so we'll be learning, and this is the topic which is very important if you want to be a captain. Captains, it means that these guys are captains, and even that you want to be astronomers, want to be maybe to launch some satellites, okay? Because yes, there's a lot of things that you can do. And then the last topic, it is the longest topic compared to all the 8 topics, is called accounts. We are going to learn about how we can deal with financial issues, how we can invest in, how we can calculate the principal interest, how can we compute the compound interest, and all of these informations are very important for your next level. Okay? Then we have 8 topics. After presenting those 8 topics now, I want to take the first topic, which is relation. So this is the way that God used to teach me, okay? Mathematics and even some other knowledge. I will always begin from the big picture and then break it down. Can you imagine? We began from mathematics that we learned in standard 1. And then now we are in mathematics of Form 3 and we have already taken the topic called the relation. Okay, so you have relation now as a topic. So the next thing that I want to present to you is subtopics. Say subtopics of relation. Subtopics of relation. Say subtopics of relations. Relation, it's a main topic or it's a topic, but it has 4 subtopics according to the new syllabus of basic mathematics for ordinary secondary education from 1 to Form 4, prepared by Tanzania Institute of Education and dedicated for all the Tanzanian students of present and future generation. Mathematics is universal. Okay? So we say that we say that, enjoy the beauty of mathematics. According to the new syllabus, okay, according to the new syllabus of basic mathematics, basic mathematics for ordinary education, from 1 through Form 4. Okay, there are 4 subtopics of 40 of the main topic called the relation. Okay, relation. These are okay, let me mention them. I'll mention in number because it's the first chapter, 121. So first of all, for you to have a reference, because as I said that you should have basic mathematics from 3 in this syllabus, because this syllabus is explaining the 4 subjects of basic mathematics for ordinary level. The basic mathematics form 1, basic mathematics form 2, basic mathematics form 3, and basic mathematics form 4. And I'm teaching all of those subjects. So it begins from, so if you don't have this book or a copy of it, read the description below. You'll see how much does it cost you and what the shipping cost you in any regions, in any regions of 31 regions of the Republic of Tanzania. You can order them online and we can ship, because we don't want only to teach you, we want also to give you relevant materials so that you can go through yourself, because we want you to be successful more than how I am successful, because that's the measure of the successful teacher, to make sure that his or her students are more successful compared to his success. Yeah, okay. So it is from page 97, right? We have here from 3, class level competence, class level objectives, right? And then this is page 97. So you have to read this specific, this class level and up to 136, right? So I won't explain everything, but I'll be just referring some of the issues. Okay. So we say that, so the page of this name that we say, first of all, we say that refer page, as I say that from page 97, so row page 136. So 136. So you should make sure that you go through this. So these are 4 subtopics of relations are, the first one is called the relations. I'm going to teach first of all the concepts of relations. Okay. The second subtopic is I will teach about graphs of a relation. Graph of a relation. Okay, graph of a relation. And then I'll teach about domain and range of a relation. Domain and the range. Domain and range of 40 of a relation. Domain and range of relation. Then the first subtopic and the last subtopic, I will teach you about the inverse of a relation. And a beautiful subtopic. Inverse of, say inverse of a relation. Inverse of a relation. Okay? So those are the 4 specific, 4 subtopics of relation. Wow. So after covering those four subtopics of relation. Now, according to the syllabus of basic mathematics for ordinary secondary educations, Form 1 to Form 4, especially the part of the Form 3, there are specific objectives that the government or the government and or the Ministry of Education working together with the Tanzania Institute of Education declared some specific objective in each subtopic that the students has to achieve, and the teacher has to help all of his students to achieve those specific objectives. And I would like to present them at the beginning of this topic so that we will be using those specific objectives to measure about the continuations of my training. So whether I'm achieving those specific objectives or I'm teaching you something different. Okay? So then we are going to the next part. We call it specifically objectives. We need active students, specific objectives. Okay, specific objectives of what? Of each subtopic, right? So how many subtopics of relation do you have? 3, 4, right? So you are going to learn specific objective of each subtopic. The first, so let us begin with 1.1. Specific objectives, okay? Specific objectives, okay? Specific objectives that the students has to achieve on learning the first subtopic, which is called the relation. So I'll be quoting. I don't want to write my own words, okay? I'll be quoting. So there are 3 specific objectives. I will mention only 2. One I will leave as your assignment for you to fill. Okay? So this one is stated that the student should be able to. Okay. So I have to make sure that you as my student, you are able, the students should be able, okay? Should be able to, okay, to find relation between 2 sets. Okay, I have to help you to find, to be able to find relation between 2 sets. Between 2 sets. That's now there. The next is a specific objective. I leave the blanks, fill the blanks yourself. Find this book. Either you can order from me, or you can find in any local shops, which I know that it will be expensive, because for me, I'm providing the service. I'm not doing the business of these books, so that you can find in a local shop and fill, because I want students who are active. And in every session, I will be leaving the homework. Even for the today, I will be leaving the homework. Okay, so see. So the third specific objective is, as I will have, the student should be able to demonstrate relations pictorially. At the end of this topic, you should be, of this subtopic, of learning this subtopic, you should be able to demonstrate, say demonstrate relations, pictorial, or pictorial. So pictorial, okay, pictorial. Those are and this is the end of quoting the specific objectives for the first subtopic. Then I'm going to present to you the specific objective for that the students has to achieve at the end of learning the second subtopic that's called the graph of relation. So this I will number to 1.2 specific objectives. And these specific objectives are universal also. Find that they are similar to the specific objective that an ordinary or a Form 3 students or class 11 students in India has to achieve. Specific objectives of what? Of learning graph of a relation. Okay? Graph of a relation. Graph of relation. Okay? So he said that, let me cut. Don't want to write my own words. Okay? So let me cut. According to this, I'm quoting from this syllabus. Here we have only one specific objective, and I'll mention it. The student should be able to draw a graph of a relation. The student, you who is learning with me, I will be teaching you. The student should be able, okay, to do what? To draw what? Graph of what? Graph of a relation represented by a linear inequality. Graph of relation. This is R of relation, okay, represented by inequality. So represented by what? By a linear inequality. By a linear inequality. So this is the end of God. Then we go 1.3 specifically. So here we have only one specific objective, right? So specifically objective. Specific objective of learning the said subtopic, which is called domain and range of a relation. So here we have two specific objectives. So we have plural of what? Of learning, specific objective of learning what? Of learning domain, of learning the subtopic of domain. Say domain and range. Say domain and range. This is the central heart of relation. And we learn domain and range of a relation, and also we learn domain and range of a function. So in the second topic, you also learn this concept. Okay? So we say that according to the syllabus of what? According to the best mathematics syllabus for ordinary secondary education from 1 to Form 4, there are two specific objectives that the students has to achieve at the end of learning the subtopic of domain and range of a relation. Okay, so let me cut. So the student, you who is learning, should be able, students should be able to so leave there for you to state the domain of a relation. Should be able, I have to teach you how you can state the domain. To state the domain of relation. Say relation of relation. That's R. And then B, I leave the blank. Fill it. A serious student. Okay, so now we are going to the subtopic of relation. And then in this last subtopic of relation, let me counter check first of all, how many specific objectives are there. This subtopic has 4 specific objectives. So I'll mention 2, and 2 I'll leave at homework for you. So specifically objectives, specific objectives of what? Of learning, of learning the fourth, specifically the first subtopic, which is called of learning inverse of what? Inverse of relation. Inverse of relation. There are 4 specific objectives, as I say. I will mention 2, and then we fill the blank for the 2. So let me cut. The student, you who, even myself, I'm a student, always, for the rest of my life, and my great teacher is God, who lives forever. Okay? The student should be able to from an R, explain the inverse of a relation. Students should be able to explain the inverse of a relation. Explain the inverse of what? Of relation. Explain the inverse of relation, of a relation. And then there, this is homework for you. But let me give you a favor. I will mention 3 specific objectives, and then you fill the blank for the one specific objective that is labeled as Roman B. Okay, so the third specific objective of learning inverse of relation is this one. Find the inverse. You as a student should be able to find the inverse of relation. Find the inverse of relation. I have to teach you to able to find the inverse of relation. Then B, which I wanted to leave as homework, I mentioned for you because it will be the end of this list of specific objective. You should be able to draw a graph of the inverse of relation. Draw a graph of inverse of a relation. Should be able to draw a graph of inverse of relation. So this is end of cut. Okay, so at that moment, I have presented all the 8 topics of basic mathematics from 3. I have presented to you all the 4 subtopics of the topic of relation. I have presented to you all the specific sum of the specific objectives in each of the some of the specific objectives of learning each subtopic of relation. Right now, I would like now to go into my area of governance, in my area of dominion, right? I have been reading all of those information that I have given to you, which we have been directed as teachers. So now myself, I sat down as a teacher who will be teaching you and prepare the arrangement of the concepts that I will be teaching you sequentially, consecutively. Meaning that I will be beginning from the foundations, we'll be building the walls, we'll be building the foundations of relation, then we'll be building the wall of the house, and then we'll be putting now the roof, right? So, and then that we'll get into our house of relation in order to live it. Okay? What do you think that if you call your firstborn relation? It's a joke. Okay, so now let me go to the last part, and this last part I just call it concepts or contents, table of contents, right? Contents of of relation. Every teacher has his contents according to the main goals of having such kind of the contents, right? So we say that I've listed almost that you are going to have 12 contents, okay, or concepts. So 12 concepts, so that in relation, I will teach you. Remember that I'm using the syllabus of Tanzania, but this material useful worldwide in any continent of the physical world or visible world. In relation, I will teach you the following concepts. To achieve, in order to achieve, okay, in order to achieve what? In order to achieve all specific objectives of syllabus. Okay? The first concept that I'll be teaching you, first of all, what the meaning of relation. Remember that I'll be giving the homework for you to do it on your own and then submit in the comment section. Okay? So the first subtopic is our first concept. I'll teach about the concept of relation. What is relation? Ask yourself the concept of relation. Again, another thing that I want to tell you, because I know some of you, I taught you in Form 2. I taught you in Form 1 also, because I do teach Form 1 basic mathematics, Form 2 basic mathematics. In case you find that I'm teaching quickly, I'm writing quickly, don't worry. This is the technique I have to use for the digital style or for the digital methodology. You have this video, you can watch several times. Even if that you forget this material, that maybe what the teacher said there, you still have these videos. Those videos are still in our YouTube channels for the present and even the future generation. Okay, so that's the beauty of online learning or video learning rather than physical learning. The concept of the concept of relation. That's the first concept that I'm going to teach you. The second concept, I will teach you about ways of representing, ways of representing relation. Relation can be represented by using formula, by using equation, by using word. So I will teach you. Then the second concept I will teach is called the pictorial representation of relation. Pictorial representation. So pictorial representation of what? Of relation. How we can present relation pictorial as one of the specific objectives, if you do remember. Then the first concept that I'm going to teach you, graph of a relation. Remember that this is one of the subtopic, graph of a relation. So how we can represent relations graphically. The fifth concept that I'm going to teach you is a graph of the inequality of relations. This is the one of specific objective. Graph of inequality. Inequality, we met with the language of inequality during our Form 1, basic mathematics, and even we met since primary education, inequality of relation. Inequality of relation. Okay? Then the sixth concept that I'm going to teach you, now I'm going to teach about domain and range. Say domain and range. Domain and range is the common language for the basic mathematics Form 3. Domain and range of what? Of a relation. Interesting. Do you enjoy basic mathematics Form 3? Tell me in the comment sections. And tell me in the comment section you're enjoying this content from which school. What the name of your school? Where is it? Which word it is? Which regions in Tanzania? Which city? Which district? Which zone? Eastern zones of Tanzania, central of Tanzania. Are you enjoying this content internationally? From Nigeria, from South Africa, from Gabon, from Cameroon? Or you enjoying this content from where? Where in the world? Where? Tell me. Indonesia? From Cuba? Tell me in the comment sections. Or from Bahamas? So tell me in the comment section, because I want to know how this message has spread to the world. Because my main objective is answer questions which people used to suffer. Okay. So then we have the next subtopic or next concept that I'm going to teach you, 1.7. Now I'm going to teach you about the inverse. Say the inverse. The inverse of a relation. 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 Then I'll teach you 1.8, the concept called the how to find the inverse of the relations. Hence, I'll teach you how to find the inverse. Okay, first of all, I'll tell you what the means of inverse. and how to find the inverse of relation. At the 8th concept, and you have to stay tuned. Don't get tired along the way. Okay? 1.8 graph. I will teach you the graph of inverse of relations. How you can draw the graph of the inverse, very interesting concept. We learn the concepts of inverse, and then we learn how to present it graphically. Just like we learn the concept of relations, and then we learn how to present it graphically of relation. Remember that mathematics, mathematical results, and even real experimental results are presented in graphs. So we are teaching you very important tools of the graph, which will help you to understand the results of even some other engineers or statistics. Then possibly I will give you chapter summary. Okay, chapter summary. Give you chapter summary. And the 11th concept I'll be solving questions. I'll be solving questions from books, from next exams of 40 of relation. Okay? Of relation. Then 125, hence I will teach you real life applications of relation. Where do we apply relation? Real life applications. Real life applications of relation. So these are the 12 concepts that I'm going to teach you in this program of learning relation as the first topic of basic mathematics from 3. Do you understand? If you do understand, tell me in the comment section, because I want to get your comments whether you understand or not. And you can ask your questions. Where is the comment section below of this video here, right? So now it's the time for the homework. Say homework. Say homework time. So this homework, we have abbreviations of H/W, and this is homework 1. I just want to give you with just one question. What is relation? What is relation? What is relation in mathematics? What is relation in mathematics? What is relation in mathematics? That's the question that we have. Okay, so this is the end of the session 1, titled as General Introductions of Relation. As the first topic of basic mathematics for the Form 3, I'm very happy to end this session, and I'm very happy that because I believe we have understood more than even how I expected, because that's one of our specific objectives. When I have been from primary, during my primary education, my ordinary secondary education, my advanced secondary education, my undergraduate education, really I failed how to cram. My classmates and my colleagues used to cram, and they were very competent in cramming the stuff or cramming the contents or cramming the concept. For myself, I tried several times, especially when I was at the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology doing my undergraduate studies in Bachelor of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. I tried several times, but I really failed. So I don't know how to cram. I have what I have to do. How do I learn? I understand what I'm learning. So the fundamental key, or the key for the eliminating and even overcoming the ignorance of basic mathematics that I've been using as a technique is understand. Right there, I have to understand. If I don't understand, I will ask the teacher what I failed to understand. So remember that you have to make sure that you understand. So I thank God who gave me this idea of teaching online and teaching the entire nations of Tanzania and even international students, and preparing me for this session. And also he has been with me because I was not teaching myself, and I could be even tired along the journey of teaching, but he is in charge. And he has been giving me information to tell you. And He has been revealing your problems and will keep revealing about your circumstances of basic mathematics Form 3. And I thank God who have given you an opportunity to learn with me. May God bless you abundantly. I'm always praying for all my online students. I don't see them physically, but I am with all my students spiritually in the invisible world. Similarly, pray also for me. I have mentioned 8 topics. I know that it's a business, the intensive and even hard business to be consistently and teaching the contents in appointed time that has been dedicated by God. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share this content with your colleague. Remember to ask your questions in the comment section. Also remember to join me in session 2, when now I'll be taking you into detailed relations, and I will begin to teach you the first subtopic in the concepts of relation. Possibly, if time will allow us, I can teach you ways of representing relation. So may God bless you abundantly, and let us meet in session 2. I'm real eager, and I'm just waiting that session 2 to join me. May God bless you abundantly. Remember also to send your free will in Thanksgiving. Remember that, as I said, these programs has initial costing and running costing. God is in charge because His visions is for Him. And everything you have seen, give my God who is in heaven and dominating the entire world all the glory, all the praise, and everything, that all the honor and all the might and all the power, because He's the one who did this program to you. I'm just an instrument of Him, right? And remember this, I repeat this and I'll lay to say, remember that don't boast Olenjolai. Olenjolai does not know everything in basic mathematics. Also, Olenjolai does not know everything in relations. I'm still learning every day. But I know small portions of relation. I know small portions of basic mathematics Form 3. But I'm ready to teach everybody what I know, because it's my assignment made me to come into the world. And that is one of my problems that I have to solve for the rest of my life. See you in the next lecture.